Hi there guys, this is Britt and Adam from the Fools Who Duel.
Oh,
Today we are bringing you Adam's Nekroz deck profile. So,
yeah.
do you want to talk us through this today then?
Yeah, so extra deck goes out the way. Start with the main deck. I actually picked this up when it got hit on the ban list because it was fun to play and it got cheap as hell. So anyway, you start off, Nekroz a Unicorn, pretty standard. Nice combo you can do with one of the ritual spells to get a free search from him. One Nekroz of Trishula because, you know, banishing one from hand, field and grave is always nice, and he's pretty easy to summon. And also one Nekroz of Brionek, which allows you to just ditch him to search any Nekroz monster. These two are unfortunately limited to one. I personally just enjoy playing one of him, but you could obviously play more if you wanted to. It's just my personal playstyle. Then next up are the 3 copies of Nekroz of Valkyris. Basically the battle fader of the deck, stops you from dying, and also if you can summon him, you can actually get off a really nice thing where you can just start tributing off your own monsters to get draw power. And that just, you know, it helps you get the other cards that you need to maybe get over your opponent's field. Sort of similar to him is the Nekroz of Clausulus, 3 of him. Simple little level 3 guy. You ditch him to search one of your Nekroz ritual spells. You want to get to them as quickly as possible because, of course, a lot of this deck is ritual monsters. And so, you know, getting to the point where you're able to actually start tributing, start summoning is very, very important. 2 Nekroz of Gungnir. This might need to be updated a little bit, but back when I was playing this, I haven't actually played it competitively for a few months now, but like destruction was really, really sort of big in tournaments and stuff, so this guy would, you know, just ditch him from hand, protect your any Nekroz monster you have, just really nice. I don't know what I would change him with, so at the minute I'd probably leave him as is, but as I say, this is the one that you would sort of start switching out depending on the meta. My own little tech card is one Nekroz of Decisive Armor, level 10, basically unsummonable apart from using one card, but he basically acts like a Nekroz Honest, where you just discard him, one of your Nekroz monsters gains 1000 attack, allowing you to beat over most monsters in the game, and if you do summon him, he's got a nice effect, which allows you to banish a set spell trap on the field. I mean, I've yet to find a scenario where that's been useful, but hey ho, utility. And to round off the ritual monsters, I actually have 2 Nekroz of Castor. As his name suggests, he works exactly like Alive Justice Castor, except it's for extra deck monsters. Basically, anytime a Nekroz monster would battle a extra deck monster, it will be destroyed automatically as long as this guy's on the field. It's actually a really nice combo you can do with him, which I'll show you a little bit later on, but it involves one of the normal sort of Nekroz monsters. But yeah, so that's the ritual monsters for the deck. Let's just get those out of the way. So moving on to the sort of effect monster side of it all. It's rituals, you run your 3 Manju. It's rituals, you run your 3 Senju. You know, this is just standard. Search off whatever you need. This can even search off a spell trap because of Nekroz of Clausulus. I've got a copy of them 3. So, you know, you can just summon the Senju, search the Nekroz of Clausulus, ditch this, and search one of the spells. So, you know, it's always worth running 3 of each. And of course, they're also, you know, tribute fodder. Next up, we have Gishki Vision. So, this is sort of... It's a little bit of an odd choice, but not too much. Basically, you can work as the entire ritual tribute for any ritual monster. So this is the only way you're getting out your Nekroz of Decisive Armor, like it or not. But yeah, he's a really nifty little card to have. And for those of you who don't actually know, this is really, really cool little interaction, because if you actually follow the lore of the dual terminal, the Gishkis eventually go through their life cycle and turn into the Nekroz. So... to complement the Gishki Vision, I have one Deep Sea Diva. When she's normal summoned, you special summon a level 2 or lower Sea Serpent monster from your deck. So you just summon a Diva, you get the Gishki Vision, And then obviously you can tribute off the Gishi Vision if you like, or there is also a little synchro summoning thing you can do here. So you could synchro into a level 4 because she's also a tuner. Next I have my one Nekroz of, well, Exa Enforcer of the Nekroz. So this is what I was saying before, where there's this nice little combo with the Catastors. So there's your 2 Catastors, say one's in the deck. Say you have Lee's here. If you do a ritual summon, you tribute off the Exa for the first Castor. Effective, the Exa allows you to search off the second Castor for your hand. And then Castor has an effect where you can ditch him to summon a Nekroz from the graveyard. So you can then pitch the Catastor to then summon back the Exa. And so you've now got this. You know, you can either leave this on board for the extra damage, or you can do an overlay, or whatever you feel like. Just a nice little combo to have inside of the deck. Moving on to Great Sorcerer of the Nekroz, searches out a lot of the spellcasters in the deck. So your spellcasters are your Gungnir for protection, your Nekroz of Valkyris, so your battle faders, and also your Nekroz of Unicorn, which you're going to be using to summon and get searches. And also, if he's banished, I believe it's this guy. Give me 2 seconds. It's been a while since I think it. Yeah, if this card's banished, you can send one Nekroz card from your deck to the graveyard, and the one you're normally going to be foolishing is Dance Princess of the Nekroz, because she's then going to affect where if she's banished from the graveyard, you get to add or special summon. I forget. Target one of the banished Nekroz monsters and add it to your hand. So Nekroz do actually have one of their ritual spells that allows them to banish from the graveyard, so you're going to be using it to get back any pieces you've banished. But that's all of the effect monsters there.
So with those monsters, is there anything that you would switch or maybe think about having a look through and changing up a little bit?
The only thing I would say is if Jin, the release of the rituals, comes back, you play him. I don't care what you say or who you are, you play him, because you send Jin release of the rituals to the graveyard, or if he's in your hand, whatever, you can just summon Nekroz of Clausulus, which is a 2/3 defense wall, and it basically stops your opponent from special summoning. So they're locked out of the game. That's an old thing. That's why Jin is currently banned. Sorry for the cut. Camera died. Anyway, so continuing on, one Nekroz of Kaleidoscope. You can use this to send extra deck monsters as part of the ritual summon for your Nekroz monsters. Really useful, because this guy, explain this a little bit later, basically send him to the graveyard for the Unicorn you saw before, and you're getting a free search for any ritual monster you like. 2 Nekroz Mirror, which is the one that allows you to banish from the graveyard and summon your Nekroz monsters. This is quite nice if you have Bryanak and Trishula in hand, because you ditch Bryanak, search off Clausulus, ditch Clausulus, search this. You can activate this, banish the Bryanak and the Clausulus, you get your Trishula. So, you know, it's nice, easy access to Trishula. 2 Nekroz Cycle. This allows you to summon your Nekroz monsters from the graveyard, so you can start recurring things like your Bryanak, your Trishula if you need to. Main one you're going to be recurring is Unicorn, because he just negates the effects of all extra deck monsters when he's out on the field, and that's always useful. Next up, it's Rituals 3 Preparation of Rites. Unfortunately, pre-preparation of rites is not available for use in this deck, because none of the Nekroz ritual spells state the actual monsters, so you can't actually do your search. 1 Reinforcements of the Army. This is actually really nice for searching out the Clausulus. This was originally in here for the Shrit of Nekroz, who is the Nekroz equivalent that allows you to tribute him for the whole thing. But when he's tributed for a ritual summon, you search a warrior. He's on the ban list at the minute at 0. I really hope we get him back to 1, and if we do, this becomes one of the most powerful cards in your deck. And finally, topping things off, Book of Moon. Don't ask me why, just Book of Moon. I always found it useful, so why the hell not 1 Book of Moon?
Fair enough.
Spells. I don't actually know how many spells, traps and stuff there is in this. But then in terms of traps, basically one of set. Solemn, Mirror Force, Torrential, and Compulse. Solemn, negate a summon, pretty simple. Mirror Force, nobody expects it, it's hilarious. Compulsory, sending stuff back to hand is usually useful. Obviously you have to be selective with your targets. And this is actually pretty interesting interaction because you sometimes don't mind blowing up your own board because Nekroz or Valkyries can protect you. And also the Nekroz spell cards, when they're in the graveyard, you can banish itself and another Nekroz monster to search for a Nekroz ritual spell. So, you can blow up your board and next turn you can still get your searches off and keep going. But yeah, so that's basically all of the main deck there.
Very nice.
Onto the extra deck. Basically, the easiest way to put this, Herald of Arclight, unfortunately I only have the one copy of him, but I would 100% say get 2 copies, sometimes even 3, because you can synchro into this with the Diva, which gives you a negation if you need it. You send it to the graveyard with Kaleidoscope to summon Unicorn, you get a search. It's always just the best extra deck monster to have. Unfortunately, I only have the 1 copy, but you make do with what you've got.
Yep.
And then, sorry for the cook again, obviously for the rest of the extra deck, I have 1 Maelstrom Symphony of Jin, Gagaga Samurai, Gagaga Cowboy, Dark Rebellion Xyz, Black Ship of Corn, Q4 Unpopularly Operative, just rank 4s, you run a lot of level 4s.
Back when rank 4 toolbox was a massive thing.
Yeah, I just say, this was just what I had spare. The only one that I would deem actually semi-useful. 1 Volcasaurus. I would also play Gaia Charger if you can get your hands on one. But that extra combo I showed you before with tributing off the X for the Catastor and bringing it back. Overlay, Volcasaurus, detach, pop a monster. And then obviously normally you would go Gaia Charger on top and attack. I don't own a Gaia Charger though, so yeah. But that's the deck profile, guys.
Fantastic. We are so sorry for the cut. Well, back in the day, this deck was lit, so that's why phone's overheating.
Phone is overheating, yeah. But yeah, so thanks guys for watching, and hopefully see you next time.
Bye.